Good morning, and thank you for joining Dana's Daily Doodles. I'm always trying and learning to get right where I hope you can see me nicely. And as I cook more and do more videos, I'll be able to get better angles. It's hard. Got to get the hang of it. Thanks for being patient. And I thought I would just talk to you today a little bit about worry, as so many of us do. It's a twist on other things I've done, because I try and cast all my cares and live a Christian life, and that might not be something that you are personally interested in, which is fine. We won't talk about it all the time, but in this day and age, coming into the holiday time, many of us are worried. Many of us have so many things on our mind, and it's not always about us. It is about others, and I understand it's not always easy, because we tend to always want to put ourselves first, which we do have to put ourselves first when it comes to working on ourselves. So with looking at worry and reading on my notes, so that's something that I have to do. I can't memorize everything. I can read my notes and then let you think on it, and maybe you might want to make some notes, or spend a little time with yourself. Give yourself time, because it is about us when we're working on ourselves, and then we can give to others. Like just for instance, if I'm trying to do that, if it helps one person, if it helped hundreds or thousands, or if it even just helps me, I feel as though this is a good way to start every day. Worry is definitely useless. It's nothing that we can 100% control. I've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. I've lost a lot of people in my life, and you do have to take that time. That is number one. Time does not heal everything. Time gives you time. So you have to have time. And the one thing we can look at is the fact of worrying. It's like sitting in a rocking chair. We could worry all day long. Sometimes we have done that, but it doesn't get us anywhere. Maybe we needed that time, but it's rocking away. It's wasting. It's tormenting ourselves. It almost would be better if we could take so much time and write things down in a journal and then give it to God. Cast your cares. Let him know what you're worried about. If you're not a Christian person, maybe you could journal. Get these things out of your mind. Try and give it to God. There is a way not to do it. It has a lot to do with the strong power of prayer. And as you get to this point, your faith does increase, but you still will worry. But I know it's useless when I worry. But it's something that you have to study, and then you have to have something or someone to help you with that. Sometimes we pray over and over about things, and then what we find is we've prayed so much about it, we've almost forgotten about it. Then when we look back, we did receive our answer, but it wasn't always in our time. Sometimes it is in our time. Sometimes it's not in our time. Sometimes it's answered in a different way, if you could dig and look for that. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And it probably, perhaps never will. That would be one thing, is like when I lost my mom. I don't understand. She was fine one day and gone the next. I don't know why. There's a reason, and I'm going to look at what is real. I learned that a long time ago. Let's look at what is here and what is real, what we can be thankful for. We've been through so many different things, and a lot of times people will say, well, you don't know what I've been through. And then I learned to say at age 60, you're right. I don't know what you've been through, and you don't know what I've been through, but we can give grace for that. We can look at someone's terrible mood. We can look at someone who is just taking it out on others, and give them that space maybe they need. Sometimes I just say, I don't know what they're going through, and I feel pretty bad. You know, and if you're in the middle of something, try and choose peace. It's like God for me could be an umpire, a person that says, safe or unsafe, right? If it doesn't bring you peace, don't do it. If you find yourself arguing, if you find yourself in turmoil, and you find yourself when you go to bed, just sometimes, it's probably not all the time, if you don't have peace, it's not right for you. Don't do it. Okay. If it's an employment, it's a job, there's certain things that we have to do. We have to put our best foot forward. You have to put your armor on every day. And we call it God's armor. And this is something quiet. You don't walk around announcing this to everyone. You're trying to build your own person, your own strength. Do you have someone to reach out to? That would be great too. But you need to put your armor on. You need to know if you're making a decision and it doesn't feel right, you want to do it so bad. You want to do it so bad. I had for instance, last year, and it was about moving to a different state at this point, and it did involve my family, my children. And I just wanted to move so bad. I wanted to be there so bad. And it was crushing. It didn't happen, but I don't know why. But then when you think about it, I do know why. It wasn't the right time. I have to accept this. I have to know this. There was more to be done here with where I'm at. It was probably health. It was probably employment. And it was probably, you need to wait. You need to wait and just sit back and try and be peaceful. Accept some of these answers. So gratitude is literally the shortest lived emotion. Maybe you don't think so. Maybe I don't think so. But this is the whole look at everything. For the majority, they say that gratitude is the least and shortest lived emotion. Isn't that amazing? So if we're angry, it just kind of whelms in us and goes on. When we're spiteful or just unforgiving, say, we have reasons to be 100%. I can tell you my reasons on some things that have occurred and what my responsibility, what I've been left with after losing most of my family. Not my children. I have my daughters. They're in different states. I hardly ever see them. But there's other situations where I don't have a family like that. An immediate mother, an immediate, father, a sister, and I have a brother that I've been left to care for. So you know what? I could build all this anger and why me, but I just do the best I can, and one day at a time, put one foot in front of the other. It's going to be holiday time. We're going to need to discuss things, talk about things. We'll be able to go live and maybe do that if I get enough subscribers and followers. And if you feel uneasy, anxious, and troubled, try not to torment yourself. The opposite of worry is peace. God wants peace for you. My biggest goal is to have peace. Now, we have a pyramid that we live under, which is shelter, food. What provides all of that? Of course, money. This is real. When someone says money isn't everything, it's close to it so that your mind can have peace. It's facts. It's facts. We all haven't, been able to go through life and keep all of our possessions, our homes, our money, our businesses, our husband and all. I lost all of the above. So I had to start over. Then I was graced with the kindness and love from my mom. When she found out she was terminally ill, she had a lot of money at one time, which became not much towards the end, for lots of reasons. And that's another story. She graced me with a trust that enabled me to purchase my manufactured home that I have today. So I always go back to look at everything you have, Dana. Yes, the bills are getting higher, but I have my health, I have myself, I have my brain, I have my thinking capabilities, and I try and look at pros, I try and look at cons, I try and be thankful, and I look at what is, not what isn't. So I'm going to be thankful, even with changes where I live in management and other things that we could be casting around with anger. I cast this upon the Lord. He will provide what is needed. He will look at everything. If we sit still in our lives sometimes, take a minute, sit still, look at pros, look at cons, look at what you do have, reach out if you need guidance and help. You can find different people to talk with. You can look up walking clubs if you're able to get out and about. You can look at local churches. You can look at local communities. Even going and trying to sign up or pay a small amount to go to a gym through your Medicare. Sometimes it's paid for 100%. You'll find ways in your community. Sometimes even just online, sometimes like this, through Dana's Daily Doodles. I'm doodling something that I hope is a gift to you. It's cooking, it's my animals, it's saving money, it's everyday tips, it's everyday everything. Pick and choose. You don't ever have to watch anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. You could always reach out. We could do a Bible study. We could start a wonderful Bible study together where we all come online. There could be 3 or 4 of us. We could enjoy each other's company because you know what? I enjoy your company. I'm telling you, things like this make your life feel so much more, purposeful. If you want to put it that way. And it just makes you feel good inside to know that you're reaching other people in the entire world, if it's YouTube, Facebook, wherever Facebook goes. And, you can see it. You don't even have to be accepted, as a follower. You can read it and be part of it. So these kinds of things, they matter. You matter. We have to realize that. When we look at our problems, and they're big, when we look at what we've been through, when we look at what we do have to worry about, just remember where worry gets us, it gets you nowhere. But if you need time, that's fine. Why does this always happen to me? I feel like that. So this morning, let's see, my coffee pot broke. It would not come on, so it's broken. I took it apart. It spilled all over. Second time this week, that coffee pot has leaked and spilled all over the place. I had an extra one in my garage. I cleaned it. I don't have a filter for it, so I made a homemade filter. That spilled all over, so I was kind of like, okay, alrighty. Well, that's the morning. I'm not running off to work. I'm 60. I'm semi-retired. I call it retired because I'm not in the dental medical field any longer. So now I have something else that I'm looking at. You always kind of want to grow. I was going to say, when you have these feelings that come over you, remember that God can be your umpire. And I want to read you John 14:27 before we leave. I hope you don't mind, but we are going to just look at this and think on it today. Think on what this gives us. Think about the words that were put down here for us. And it says, again, John 14:27, peace I leave with you. So peace was left for us. This peace is available to us. We can ask for this as well. I leave with you. My peace I give you. So you is me. You is you. This is a gift to you. Like I said, reach out to someone if you need help with anything. Don't sit with yourself and, feel so anxious and so worried. If you even reached out to me, I'd walk you over a plate of food. I'm telling you, people do want to help other people. And the other thing, and the last part of that is, I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. So with that being said, if we look at these pieces that we take apart of this verse, I do not give to you as the world gives. The world is where we live. We don't have to look at the world for our understanding. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Maybe we should all be reading this verse throughout today. It's a large book that can be taken into sections. It can help us. It can help with this daily worry of casting our cares, of casting our worry. And so I hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining. And if you did, in fact, enjoy this time, give a thumbs up, comment, maybe follow, maybe subscribe. We'd love to have you. And we just, as me, pray that you have a wonderful day and a blessed day. And we will see you again. And my next cooking video, again, I'm working on making sure that I am shooting the area that's precise. So thanks for being patient with me. And I'm thinking that I am going to be doing that taco dump soup, and I had that recipe. Sometimes I change things up, and I need to go grab a couple ingredients, but it's a perfect weather. It's rainy here in Northern California. And so a soup that's inexpensive, and I'm going to try and make sure I keep it at $12 or less. And I do have some of the seasonings here, but we'll do our best to keep it at about that price. And it's going to be delicious. So thanks for joining Dana's Daily Doodles.